Hi everyone, this is Pete. My goal here is to create easily digestible videos for you. So hopefully we'll keep them quick. This specific video is for those of you who might be new to charting and you're looking for a tool like TradingView. Now, I personally use TradingView and I actually got away with using the free version for a very long time. I believe with the free version, you get to use up to 3 indicators at once. But that's not a problem because you could toggle them on and off if there's multiple indicators that you like to use when you're trying to create your thesis or your strategy for trading. Uh, in this video, I'll review the indicators that I recommend getting started with, as well as some quick settings that I recommend for TradingView specifically. So the main indicators that I use are volume, relative strength index, also known as RSI, volume weighted price action, volume weighted average price, also called VWAP, and then EMA cross 921. With volume for me is very important, and here I'll show you actually where you can set up your indicators. So you're going to click on this button up here, and you can search for the indicators that you're looking to add to your chart. So using volume as an example, here I also added a star, which you could see you could do here. So this star allows it to sit within my favorites, so it's easy to find. So volume is very important. In my opinion, it kind of blows my mind that some traders don't use volume. For me, volume helps justify a move. It also can give you an indication when a reversal is possibly coming. So here on the bottom, you'll see the volume for my charts. The second one is relative strength index, or RSI. So same thing, you'd come up here and we can see here, we'll add it to our chart. Now we can see it down here below. RSI is great because it shows you if a stock is either overbought and it's running hot or oversold. So anything over 70 is overbought, anything under 30 is oversold. It could go up to 100 and it could go down to 0. So you have to be careful with that. But it helps you justify, maybe I should get out of if maybe you're in calls and you could see RSI is getting pretty hot on a lot of different time frames because you'll notice that the time frame changes or RSI changes depending on the time frame. So if it's really ripping, it will be hot on the smaller time frames, and it might be a good indication that you should probably start scaling out. So I always have RSI on. And then the next one is VWAP. So VWAP is very important as well because VWAP, you'll notice the stock will kind of ride with VWAP, but there's also certain instances where it could act as either support or resistance. So if you are in puts, for example, and the stock is under VWAP, here, let's see here, the stock is under VWAP. As soon as it comes up to test VWAP, if you notice it fails, then you're probably safe to stay in puts. But as soon as it opens above VWAP, that's when you might want to look to get out. The next one would be the the EMA cross 921. You'll see it here. This one. So here, I really like this one as well. So here you could see, let me zoom in a little bit. So the pink line was VWAP. The 9 is this yellow line, and then the 21 is this blue line. And then you could also see the crosses. So same thing, 9 and 21 EMA are great for day trading. Usually the stock will kind of use those as support and resistance. So if you're scalping real quick and you're watching the smaller time frames like the 5, the 3, or even the 1 minute, As soon as it opens above or below, you might want to consider starting to cut your trades. You'll also notice, especially on some of the larger time frames like the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, or even daily, if you see the 9 cross above the 21 EMA or the 9 cross below the 21 EMA, there's usually a pretty significant move that follows. Not every time, and they could reject, but it's something to look out for. You'll see this cross. And so you can see here, when the 9 came below the 21, it really pushed SPY down here. So definitely another indicator that I recommend using. When you add the indicators to your chart, you have the ability to hide them or display them, and then you can also click this gear, which is settings. For VWAP specifically, you can select whatever color you want your VWAP to be. I personally uncheck everything else. I don't need these other bands. I like to keep my charts clean so I can easily make decisions. Same thing for the cross. So the cross here, I have the yellow that as the 9. The second one will be the 21, which is blue. And then the third one is the color of the cross, or the plus sign, you can see here. Great. So that covers the indicators. Like I said, the free version allows you to use 3 indicators at once. So if you need to, easily remove and add indicators, I recommend adding them to your favorites bar. The next thing would be settings. So actually, I always recommend keeping extended hours, trading hours on. I think it defaults to regular trading hours. Extended allows you to, it will impact the EMAs and it will impact VWAP. So that's why I like to keep them on when I'm trading, because it takes into account the price action that happened during pre-market and after hours. And then I also recommend always having your chart on log scale. And then finally, you're probably going to notice that my chart doesn't look like a standard chart that you would see. Standard chart would have green for bullish volume, red for bearish volume. To me, that's very psychological. I like changing my colors to a little bit more neutral so that when I'm in a trade, I remain calm. So if you wanted to update your colors, what you could do is you can right click on the back, and then you can select your color theme here, or you can go into settings and you could change the colors of your candles. You can also change the background color, and you can also add a watermark. I recommend everyone adding a watermark so that if you're sharing charts within the Discord, it's easy for people to see which ticker you're referring to and the time frame that you're on. So I hope this video was helpful. Just a quick plug to also put in any training material requests you have in the training material request channel, which you can find in the education section. My goal is to make this as easy for you to get ramped up and to follow along. So thank you guys.